All right, so today we're diving deep into this website called ePool.net. It's all about the Pokemon trading card game.
Oh, yeah.
And we've got some excerpts from their site, like kind of how it got started, how you actually use the thing,
Okay.
and even a whole guide for users.
Cool.
So we're going to try to figure out if
Yeah.
ePool.net really delivers, what it promises for Pokemon fans.
Well, one thing that jumps out at me right away, just from the start, is this origin story. It's really different.
Okay.
Not like your typical tech startup thing at all.
So what about it makes it so unique? What's the story there?
Well, the whole thing was inspired by, get this, the founder's daughter, Adeline. She was just getting into collecting Pokemon cards, and, her dad just wanted something to help her manage it all,
Right.
like how much they're worth, even connecting with other collectors in, like, their neighborhood.
Yeah.
And that really comes through, I think, in how the site's designed.
It really seems like it comes from a personal need, and it's all about being user-friendly. So what sorts of features does it offer?
Well, they've got the basics covered. You can make, like, a digital catalog for your cards, see what they're worth, and it's got a whole section for finding and connecting with local traders.
So it's kind of like a digital binder, but also gives you prices and a place to trade.
Yeah, all in one.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
And the user guide makes it seem pretty easy to use.
Right.
What stands out to you in terms of the user experience?
I'd say it's really intuitive, The front page is your main hub for searching. You can look up cards, see their market value,
Yeah.
and then add them to your collection trade list, or even make a wish list.
So that's cool. But what makes ePool different from just using like a spreadsheet for your collection?
Well, there are two things that really caught my eye. The wish list and the for trade options.
Right.
It just makes trading so much easier. You can see exactly what people are looking for and what they're willing to trade away.
Like matchmaking, but for Pokemon cards.
Yeah, exactly. And there's more. They use these high-res pictures of the cards. So you can really zoom in and see the detail.
That's awesome.
So that's great for people who, love the artwork and want to see all the little things.
Totally.
Yeah.
Now, the user guide mentions there's a page for each card. What kind of stuff can you find there?
Oh, all the nitty-gritty stats, abilities, which set it belongs to, and of course, the market value. And that gets updated every week, by the way.
Weekly. That's got to be really helpful since prices change so fast.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Keeps you in the loop.
Yeah. So how does all this connect back to trading locally?
Well, right on that card details page, you can actually see a list of other users in your area
Oh, cool.
who have that card up for trade. And you can even send them a trade request directly from there.
Wow. So you've got like a built-in network of potential trading partners?
Exactly.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Now, what about the card sets page they mention? What's the point of that, especially for, hardcore collectors?
Well, if you're into completing sets, this is the place to be. You can see every single set, year by year, every card in each set.
Oh, wow.
And even filter to see which ones you have and which ones you still need.
So you can really see where you are on your quest to catch them all.
Yep, exactly.
But with all this focus on connecting traders, how does ePool actually manage, like, the trades themselves?
Okay, so this is where it gets interesting. They kind of act as the middleman, a
Okay.
connection point, but the actual trade is up to the users.
Mm.
So when you request a trade, ePool shares your contact info with the other person, and then you two work out the details.
So it's like a digital handshake that leads to a meetup in the real world.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
That's cool. It keeps ePool focused on the tools and connections, but it also, like, puts trust in the users.
Right, and to help build that trust, they've added some community features.
Okay.
You can see other users' profiles, their trade lists, wish lists, even follow your favorites so you know what they're up to.
It's almost like a social network, but just for Pokemon fans.
Yeah, sort of.
That's awesome. Now, what about managing your own collection on ePool? What's that like?
Oh, so the My Collection page is where you see everything. Your total card count, how much your collection is worth, even how close you are to completing certain sets, like a constantly updated binder and price guide all in one.
Super useful,
Yeah.
especially if you have a ton of cards.
Yeah, definitely.
But how much can you customize it? Can you make it your own?
Oh, absolutely. The My Account page is for that. You can choose your display name, a little bio, set your location,
Right.
and really important, your preferred trading radius. How far you're willing to travel for a trade.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Especially if you want to actually meet up face-to-face.
Yeah.
So is ePool totally free to use?
Well, they've got a They call it a freemium model. You can manage up to 500 cards for free, which is perfect for casual collectors or people just starting out. But if you're, really serious and have tons of cards, they have a premium subscription that's unlimited.
Okay, so there are options for everyone,
Mm-hmm.
but how much does that premium version cost? And like, how does it compare to buying all those binders and price guides?
Well, it's just $4.99 a month,
Oh, yeah.
which is pretty reasonable if you think about how much people spend on this hobby,
Yeah.
especially when you consider the cost of all that stuff and all the time you'd spend updating prices and searching for trades.
That's a good point. It sounds like ePool gives you a lot for your money,
Mm-hmm.
but honestly, sometimes setting up an account on a new website can be a pain. What's it like on ePool?
Oh, it's super easy. You can sign up with your Google account. No need to remember a new password or anything.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah,
So you can get started right away.
exactly.
Okay, last but not least, let's get back to how the trading works. We know ePool helps connect people, but can you walk me through, like, a typical trade?
Sure. Let's say you're looking for a specific rare card to finish a set. And you find another user nearby who's got it listed for trade. You send them a request through ePool,
Hmm.
and then ePool shares your contact info.
So then you two talk directly and arrange the trade.
Yep, that's it. They might meet at a card shop, a coffee shop, even a park. Who knows?
That's really cool. It gives people a lot of control and really lets them build a relationship.
Exactly.
It's great how ePool uses technology, but still keeps the focus on the real world part of collecting.
Yeah, it's a nice balance.
It really does seem like a hybrid approach,
Yeah.
using the best of both worlds,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like they've thought about everything.
Yeah, it's really impressive. But it makes you think,
That's that.
we've talked about all these features, but what kind of impact could a platform like this actually have on the hobby itself? Like, could it change the way we think about collecting, especially now with everything being so digital?
Ooh, that's a really good question. We've seen how much easier ePool makes things,
Yeah.
but I do wonder about the trade-offs. Like, are we losing something by not having that hands-on experience that's always been so important to collectors?
That's a great point, and it's something we see in lots of hobbies as technology changes things. We gain convenience and connection,
Right.
but sometimes we lose something too.
It's like what's happened with music.
Mm.
Streaming is so easy, but it's also meant fewer people buy albums.
Yeah, and it changes how we think about owning music.
Exactly. And with ePool, we're seeing something similar in Pokemon card collecting. The digital side is really useful,
For sure.
but it also makes us ask, how do we stay connected to the actual cards?
Mm.
Like holding them, sorting them, trading them face to face.
That's the key, isn't it? Finding that balance.
Yeah, it's almost like a juggling act.
Yeah.
We need to take advantage of the good stuff that technology brings,
Right.
but also not forget what makes the hobby so much fun in the first place.
And for you, dear listener, maybe it's time to think about your own habits.
Ooh, I like that.
What do you love most about collecting? What role does technology play for you?
Yeah.
And how do you think ePool is going to change things going forward?
That's something for everyone to consider.
Yeah.
There's no right answer. It's all about figuring out what works best for you and having fun along the way.
Exactly.
Because that's really what it's all about, right?
Yeah.
The passion, the thrill of finding something new, and the people you meet on the way.
Well said. As we keep diving deeper into ePool, let's keep those questions in mind. There's still lots more to uncover about this platform and its potential impact on the Pokémon world. It's cool how ePool works for, like, everyone. Casual collectors, serious collectors, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That freemium model it's a great example of that.
Right. You can start with the free version, see if you like it. And then if you really get into it, boom, premium's right there when you're ready.
Exactly. And that goes beyond just the price, too. Like we saw in the guide, that simple Google login, how easy the site is to use. They really want everyone to feel comfortable no matter, how tech savvy they are.
Yeah, that makes sense. And one thing that really stood out to me is how ePool can help you understand the market, like how much your cards are actually worth. They've got that real-time tracking and update the prices every week. How important do you think that is for making good trades?
Oh, it's crucial. I mean, in any kind of collecting, knowing what things are worth it's everything. Especially with Pokemon, the prices change so fast.
Yeah, for sure. It's like having, I don't know, like a friend who's always up on the latest prices. No more searching through forums or price guides or anything.
Right. But I do wonder, relying on one place for prices, could that maybe have some downsides?
Yeah, that's an interesting thought.
Like, as good as ePool seems to be, you probably shouldn't just take their word as gospel. you
Yeah.
know? It's always smart to check other sources, especially for those really valuable cards.
Absolutely. Do your own research. That's always good advice.
Yeah.
But let's shift gears a bit. One thing ePool really pushes is that connection to the actual cards. Like, they make it easier to find trades, but then it's up to you to meet in person. How do you see that working out, especially as, everything becomes more and more digital?
It's tricky, isn't it? Like, they make organizing and finding trades so much easier, but then the real fun happens when you actually meet up.
Totally. It's those moments, opening packs with friends, trying to make a deal, the excitement of finding that perfect card. You can't get that online.
No, you can't. It's like ePool builds the bridge, but it's up to us to cross it, to make it real.
And that's where the whole community aspect comes in, right?
Yeah.
It's easy to think of technology as making us more isolated, but ePool seems to be doing the opposite. They use it to bring people together.
Yeah, I agree. It's like they're saying, hey, use the internet to find the cards, figure out the values, but then get out there and connect with people who love this stuff as much as you do.
And that could be huge. Like, what if this model could work for other hobbies too? Stamps, comics, anything really.
Exactly. I mean, imagine using a platform like ePool to revitalize all these local communities of collectors.
Oh, that would be so cool. It's like a digital to analog converter for hobbies. You start online, but then it spills over into the real world.
And maybe, maybe that's the answer to all this fragmentation we see these days. Instead of being stuck in our own little online bubbles, we could use something like ePool to actually connect with people nearby who share our interests.
It's amazing, right? Like, even in this digital age, people still want that connection, that sense of belonging. And ePool seems to understand that.
They get it. And for collectors, it's this incredible opportunity to get the convenience of technology, but also the social side of the hobby. It's really the best of both worlds.
So as we learn more about ePool, we should remember that it's not just about the cards, it's about the people. It's about building something together.
I like that. And it's exciting to think where ePool will go from here. Could it inspire similar platforms in other collecting communities?
Yeah.
I think so. The potential is huge.
So as we kind of wrap things up here, looking at ePool.net, I keep thinking about that word, community. They connect people online, sure, but it really feels like the goal is to get everyone actually meeting up in person.
Yeah, definitely. It's almost like they use the internet to get you started, and then it's all right, now go out there and actually meet up, trade, have fun.
Exactly. They help you find what you're looking for, but then it's up to you to make it real.
And it's not just about getting all the cards. It's the whole experience, the excitement, the stories you tell, the people you meet.
Right. The friendships, the memories, that's what makes it so special.
And I think that's where ePool really shines. It's not just a website. It's a way to build something, to bring people together. And that could be huge, even outside of Pokemon.
So you're thinking this model, it could work for other hobbies too.
Oh, totally. Like imagine ePool, but for stamps or comics or anything people collect, it could really bring those communities back to life.
It's almost like using technology to fix the problems that technology created.
Yeah.
Like, instead of everyone being isolated online,
Yeah.
you use it to bring people together.
Yeah. I mean, we all want that connection, that feeling of belonging, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
And ePool gets that.
Yeah,
They understand that it's not just about the stuff you collect, it's about the people you share it with.
for sure.
So for everyone listening, no matter if you're a total newbie or like a Pokemon master, remember, ePool's about more than just the website. It's a chance to be part of something bigger, to connect with people who get it.
Yeah, and it's a reminder that real life is still where the magic happens. Get out there, trade, meet up, have fun.
Awesome. So to wrap up, keep collecting, keep trading, and most importantly, keep connecting. Catch them all.